the KCSE results came, it found me when I was doing Jake. We stayed with my single mom. My father passed when I was around 3 years old, so I can't remember him well. Just came with my clothes at hand. I don't know how I was going to stay. I did not know how I was going to stay, how I was going to sleep, how I was going to cook. Me, I was coming to school by faith. I was very happy. That day I really cried. Tears of joy rolled my face. I had money. I had a good amount of money.
Hello and welcome to the YouTube channel, The Struggle. And today I'm here with a member and doing the interview. So maybe to start, you can just introduce yourself.
Okay, thank you. My name is Dennis. Yeah, that's my name. I don't know if you need a hard action.
And here in Annex, we know him as Professor Obaba. He's a very great man. So today, Professor Obaba will be telling us about his story and how he walked from, let's say, primary, and the journeys and all of the troubles he encountered and how he passed them. And so, to take it, can you maybe tell us where did the journey begin and how it began?
It's okay, an interesting question. Of course, my journey began at home. Yeah, I was born at a place called, that is in Omabay County, Kasgunga, a village called Kisui. So that's where I stayed. I stayed with my single mom. My father passed when I was around 3 years old, so I can't remember him. Yeah, so we were 4 children, but one of us passed also a year and my brother died. That was our sister. It was the second one. I'm the third one. Then we have our last brother. My father left 4 of us, but one of us passed. So we just stayed with our single mom for some time. Then we left to Kisumu for some few years. That is my uncle's place. So my mom went back home with us. So there we stayed and went to school there. And at around 208, we traveled back to not home per se, but to a place called Lusinga, just near our home. But there my mother went to live with her sister, so we went to live there. She lived there for some good years. And I left my mom and I went to Mfangana to live with my aunt as a sister to my father. Also, I lived there up to around 2010. When 2010, I came back to live with my mom at Rosin. Then 2011, we went back again to Kisumu, to my grandfather's home. There also we stayed up around 2012 and decided finally to come back to our paternal home. So my mom decided to come back to her home. That's where we came. So we came, my two brothers. So 3 of us and my mother. We decided to come back home. So my mom, the struggle as a single mother. We were there all alone, so we were studying at KCSE primary school. Yeah, so life was not that easy. And my mom used to do a small business of selling. We used to do, we can call it channel. So me and my younger brother, we were so good friends. We were good friends, and so we we could do a lot to support our mom. Yeah, we could go look for firewood, cut firewood and sell to get some money and supplement our pocket money we could at home. We could go at the lake and help some fishermen to fish. This type of fishing called in Dondo is called UIOM. It's where the net is being placed some circumference in the lake, so it is pulled. So any fish that is found within the vicinity of that net are pushed. So we could go there. We could do it as late as even 1 a.m. night. So we could start it around 9 p.m. and finish at 1 a.m. So we could be there, assist them. Then after the end of the call, they could give us some pieces of fish each. So we could take some to another people, we could take some to sell and get some money. During weeding, we could weed for people around. Yeah, we could go and look for Bibadua, weeds, and then we could buy our clothes, buy our moms something, take some money, have some pocket money for us. We burn charcoal, so we could do a lot because there was no other thing up. There was no one. So with only our mother was really also struggling. So we could not rely fully on providence from our mother. So we just had to do everything it could take to survive. So most of the time our mom could be arrested to the cell. She could stay there for even a month, some 2 weeks, so we could be left alone. But life had to continue. Yeah, so that one gave us some courage to battle the life challenges of this life. So when it reached around 2015, I went back home to my grandmother. She was a greater friend to me, and my grandfather, whom I considered as my father. This is the father and the mother to my mom. I went back to his home to finish my class 8 there. So I went to a school called Rabor Primary. There I stayed with my grandmom and I stayed with my grandfather. So there I regarded my grandmother. Grandmother was called Ruth Atieno, so she was like greater friend to me. And like a mother to me. So my grandfather was also like a father. So you remember back then when I was a child, when I could live with them, it was my grandmother who took me first to school. The one who bought my first school uniform and paid my first school fees when I was joining nursery school. Immediately we came back from home, went back there, then she was the first person to take me to school around the age of 5 years. And then my grandfather was also my greatest motivator. When I was staying there in class 3, 4, when I was studying, he was my great motivator. So there he was the one who motivated me to aspire to become a lawyer because he was once he was a court clerk. He worked for 7 years as a court clerk. So many people would visit him even long after he had retired for some legal advice on how they could go through their legal issues, and he could advise them. So there I got motivated of working through the court corridors, and so I started aspiring to become a lawyer. So when I was there in class 8, my grandfather who took me to school to report class 8 for both private school, he was the one who paid my class 8 school fees. We were 2 of us with my grandmother. We could cook. My grandfather was a polygamous. So my grandmother could cook together, 2 of us. But she was sick by that time. So it was a greater struggle because she could not walk well. She had some problems on her knees. So every morning, for her to come from the bed, maybe out to the sitting room or maybe to outside, she needed somebody to support her so that she can come out and go to the sitting room or even walk somewhere. Even for her to do anything, including cooking, somebody had to assist her. So it was of great help. Maybe in the evening, we'd come, then we cook together. Then we eat together in the morning before I go to school. because the home, there's so many people. So there's some who are remaining there to perhaps support maybe some of my aunties and some of my uncles. But maybe the weekend mostly will be fun. She also needs the support even to take shower. So one of some of my aunties could help her to take shower and even to could not even go to the toilet. So she had to be assisted to help herself in the house. There were a lot of things when I was with her, I could do and help her a lot. So the greatest motivation ever was the kind of background I was from. There was no help, nobody I could rely to help me. I only trusted and believed in God, and so I was always motivated that I am capable of bringing change to my life and even to my family. So my family background was a great motivation to me. And my grandfather used to tell me that for those people who are successful and made it, they're no more human. They're not more human than me. Because they have achieved that which I'm aspiring to achieve, I'm also capable to achieve it. So that kept me going. So I did my KCSE, and then I passed well. I got around 375, and so I was admitted to high school, Baringo High. So it was also a greater challenge. It was to pay my school fees. So mostly the people of the opinion that because due to the background I am from, I should just go to a nearby day school or maybe go to some county schools around where we could easily afford. Because looking at the distance from Kisumu to Baringo, it was very far. So even fare itself would cost us a lot. To me, because I decided to be in Baringo High School. This is the school that I selected when I was selecting school. So I ever decided to be in Baringo. I don't know what motivated me, inspired me, but I just selected Baringo High School. And I ever decided and aspired to be there. So I was just praying. And I remember my grandmother was a prayer warrior. She prayed for me when I was going to sit for my KCSE. She prayed for me, and I passed well. You know, that time she was praying for me and motivating and telling me, my grandson, you'll go to the school where you want. So I told my grandfather, that's the school I want to go, but I have faith I will. So my grandfather had a lot of cows. My grandmother also had some good number of bulls. So my grandmother decided to around 3 of her bulls to be sold so that I can be taken to school. So the bulls were sold, and then I was taken to Baringo High. So I went there, and then I found someone from my home place, whom my father always regarded as a brother, staying there at Landamaravin. So they decided to take me to stay with them, perhaps during half time, so that I cannot use a lot of fare to go back home. So I bonded with them as a family, and we stayed there at Baringo. I stayed for so long in Landamaravin. I stayed with them. They became as a family to me. One thing that my mother ever told me is that just to be disciplined wherever you are, being that those people are not your family, but they're just helping you, just to be disciplined. So that is the advice I followed, and I was very disciplined. I stayed with them there at Baringo. So when I was in Form 2, it was very unfortunate that my grandmother died when I was in Term 2. So when my grandmother died, it now dawned on me that it was my grandmother that was ever pushing my grandfather to be of great help. So when grandmother went, even my grandfather now, the school fees, the help was not coming. So it became a greater challenge. I got some bursaries, paid my fee. I was sent from school when I was in Form 2 and 3. Some bursaries came. The school decided to take me again. I went. When I was in Form 3, it was so worse now. Now I was sent home. Term 2, I was sent home, but no help came. So I was pleading with them to just allow me in school because there was no help that would come. So I was so desperate by then. My grandfather could not send any help. My mother could not do anything. There was no help from home. In fact, nobody ever leaves the school level. The people just leave from home by the nobody ever came to school even for academic days, parent visiting days. Nobody ever came. Only my grandfather who took me there in the school and came back term two to pay some school, to bring some check. That was in from one term two. And he never came again. So the one I was living with was the one who was always coming to visit me in school. But it was still a greater challenge. It was still a greater challenge. So when I was there in Form 3, I was going to church at Lamaravin Central SPM. So there I found some good friends who asked me the problem, and I told them that the greatest problem, because they saw me there around 2 weeks. So they're like, are you suspended from school or what's the problem? And I told them the issue is school fees. So I narrated to them about my story, about my journey, about my struggles. I was struggling. So they came, some few of them, and they raised some huge amount of money. They took me back to them and spoke with the class teacher, spoke with the principal to at least give me some, to be, at least to be merciful to me. They will their part of in school. I went to school. They pleaded with the school, the principal agreed. So yes, I was left at school and I stayed there. When it reached term 3, it also became a problem. I was sent back home again. When I was sent back home, that time it was tough. Because most of the people, so the one I was living with, their idea was just to go back home because you're not registered for KCSE. Just to go back home and finish the day school. So when my mom was frustrated, my mother was like, my son come back and so that he can go to a nearby day school. But to me, I was not of the idea. Like, I've struggled since Form 1 to Form 3. I got to go back home to study. And it will be very embarrassing to come from a national school back to a day school to the village. So I could not entertain such a thought. So the only thing that saved me is that the beginning of term 3 I had been told to take the KCPE certificate and Albert certificate for KCSE exam registration. So I told them I've submitted my documents, so the registration is ongoing. So I cannot just leave like that. I have to finish. The way we just that assisted me in term 2, they came in again. And for them, they were like, no, there's no need of going back home because your grandfather is tired. He cannot be of good help that much. So just have to assist you to stay. They came and talked with the principal again, and I stayed. So in 2020, that's when that Corona came. We went for term 1, Corona came. All through the Corona, when we came back, we were all Form 4 alone, so there was no one who would be sent back home. They wanted us to prepare for KCSE. So we were there, I did, but I left a lot of areas. So, to the story short, I finished my KCSE where I got an A minor. Again, I scored well and I was so happy. So during Corona, I could hustle. I could go to the market. I used to sell sodas and mkati. I used to help people selling mtumba. And niwasaidia kuuza mtumba na watangazia, then at the end of the day wananilipa. And sometimes when I could not go and it was not the market days on Monday and Thursday, the remaining days I could go from Mjengo. I could go and do Mjengo, saving my pocket money for school. So even when I finished KCSE, I went back from Mjengo. When the KCSE results came, it found me when I was doing Mjengo. I went to Mjengo for somewhere near Njoro. It was a village called Lawina, towards Njoro, towards Egerton University. So I went there to stay with some of the foodies who were my friends. So I went there to board as we were doing our Mjengo stuff. So Magawa was releasing results when I was pushing wheelbarrow doing Mjengo. Yes, I'm there. And I looked for my results and I scored well. And I was so happy. And my mother also was very happy. So the high school journey ended. Another struggle began when I was to join campus. So I went back home to my grandfather and asked him. I found grandfather very tired. Grandfather could not offer help to take me to campus again. So I went to my uncle's, but it was too late because it was around some weeks to reporting to school. It was like I could have briefed them earlier because also they had plans and they had their families. At least they could see how they could help. So it was too late, and even to me, I saw it was too late. It was too late. So the preparation time was so small because the results came around the month of June, and August we had to report. So I also called my friends at Ravine again, those who assisted me, and my high school teachers. So some of my high school teachers came together to contribute. Some of my friends from church also came together to contribute. Then I was able to report campus. So my relatives, my parents, they were not aware how I ever joined campus. So I just came. When I came, I just came with the same for semester 1 fee paid. Just came with my clothes at hand. I don't know how I was going to stay. I did not know how I was going to stay, how I was going to sleep, how I was going to cook. Me, I was coming to school by faith. So when I came that day, it was the day of rehearsal. So rehearsal ended. I was directed to go to the school leaders. So there was an academic delegate for School of Tourism by then. Became a good friend of mine called Brian Erudite. So Brian Erudite told me there's a friend of him, a fourth year, who needed perhaps a roommate. So he took me to that guy called Kevin. So we went to Kevin, and Kevin told me we can stay here, but we'll cost share rent, and you will see how you will do your meals and everything. So the well-wishers who ensured that I came to school. Yeah, the one who was coordinating the teachers was my SDA patron, was called Madam Millicent Ayengo. So Madam Millicent Ayengo, we could coordinate with her even as I was coming to school. She could tell me what to do. So when I told her the idea of the guy, she told me just go there and then we see how the terms are, then we can see how we will provide. And then the side of the well-wishers and the church was one woman called Rose Omango. Rose Omango is the one who even gave me the bank, it's called what? The bank slip, something like that, for the fee to come with. So also, she was behind the idea of me going to stay with that guy, so they were promising to support. So Rose Omango talked with Kevin, and they agreed. So she could send money direct to Kevin every month. So it was just 1.1 that to support. So Rose Omango also helped me with, I think it's a relative or a sister. I forgot her name because it's been long, some 3 years ago. So the sister came, looked for me, and I took her to the place, to Kevin's place. She also saw the place and said the place was very okay. So Kevin had one key. So she took the key and went to town and applicated. So I could give Kevin keys and I could remain with mine. She did some shopping. She bought me a gas cooker, blankets, a personal effects. She bought me food. She bought a lot of things. So she could even come on a monthly basis to check on me. So it was just like a miracle to me, you know. And life continued. We joined at around the month of August. It reached around November. There was a friend of mine. I met a friend called Wesley Omondi. He was in 4th year school of law. So Wesley came to me and told me, Dennis, I want to give you some work. There was somebody who had a cyber, was opening a cyber in Attaining Center. So the lady who was working there was a friend to Wesley. So Wesley referred me to go and work with that lady. By that time, I did not know much about computer. I did not know much about computer. So I had a roommate. The house, Kevin went from the house and left the house to me, and so I called my friend called Isaac Michael, who was my classmate, to come so that we can live together. So Isaac Michael is the one who started teaching me how to use a laptop. So he began teaching me how to use a laptop. I got some basic knowledge about laptop. So when I was asked to go and work in it, I was like, how can I work? And I'm not even perfect. So Isaac Michael motivated and told me, just go there. If anything defeats you, will always come to tell you when you do about it. So I just went by faith and told the lady, I'm referred by Wesley to come here, and so I'm ready to work with you. The lady asked me, do you know how to use a computer? Yes. Do you know how to use printers? I told her, printers perhaps. I don't know how to use printers well, but you will just tell me how I will go about, and I will learn so quickly. She took some 3 minutes, taught me some basics on how to print, photocopy, and to scan, to do everything. And then they were not very hard concepts, so I mastered them. So the computer, because I had some basic knowledge, so the more I would be operating them, the more I could learn a lot of new things that they not know. So I stayed there up to 1.2. I was paid 200, no, it was 250 per day, Monday to Friday, 1,150. It was a good money, enough for a comrade to eat, my breakfast, lunch, supper. But of course, eating lunch was a luxury, so there was no need of taking lunch. Sometimes I could not take breakfast, but supper. I had my own money. So the well-wishers from Baringo, from Ravine, they said, we have helped you to start 1.1. So 1.2 can perhaps go back home and look for community, look for people to help you. It was again another tough moment to 1.2. I went back home, looked for my good friend, the chief, called Elisha Devote. So I went to chief and I narrated to chief how I have struggled all along. And now I'm in 1.2 and I don't know how I'm going to pay my school fees. I don't know how I'm going to eat. I don't know how I am going to pay rent. Because the money I was being paid was enough for food. But then how you want to, as a comrade you have to buy a lot of some personal effects. You have to pay rent. You have to do a lot of things with money. The money was being paid from the cyber was not that enough. I could work, go to class, work. So it was multitasking. Yeah. You are in the cyber, if there's a class, you run to class, you come back to cyber again. Then at night is the time you can find a good time to read. You have to wake up very early, report to the cyber if you have to class. Sometimes I could miss some classes because there was a burden of work. Maybe customers are there, you cannot leave them when you run to class because also you need money. I went back home, I talked with Chief. He directed me to some WhatsApp group around to some people who can be of good help. So I called these people, told them, I'm so and so, I'm stuck in school, I need a support. Some people are listening. There's a WhatsApp group for the village stakeholders. They did some contribution in the WhatsApp group. They raised my school fees. They gave me pocket money. They gave me rent. And 1.2 was so beautiful. So the money I was getting from the cyber, I could save. When I was saving them because I had loved the cyber work. I was buying some of my cyber items, cyber equipment. Because I had a vision that if I will stop working for this guy, I will now open my cyber shop, work for do my own business. That long holiday after 1.2, a good friend of mine from the village called Victor is working in Nairobi. So we were chatting with Victor. I told Victor, I want to go to a school now to learn how to computer. Victor said, go to anywhere you want to learn computer and tell me how much is the fee I will send. So I went back to the ravine called Bartek Institute. So I went there. I was told we did around 3,500 for some 6 weeks to study. Victor sent the money. I studied well. I got more knowledge on computer. I got more skills. So when I came back, I could do more that I did not do. So I could maximize my income. So I came to point 1. Yes, 2.1. When I came, the group that assisted me in 1.2, there came some wrangles, some issues, some tension. So they also stopped helping me. So it was again another tough moment for me. In 2.1, I lacked fee. So in 1.2, because the fee had been paid, rent had been paid, I was given pocket money. And I could get the money I could get from cyber. I saved some to buy some cyber equipment. And some I would send to support my brother in high school. That time my brother was in Form 3, my younger brother. I could send some for his fee, some for his pocket money. So by that time, he was not a beneficiary of a CDF. So I complained so much why he was not a beneficiary. I was shortlisted to be a beneficiary of a CDF that year. But because I complained so much, the people who are doing the vetting about CDF and everything, they took it as if I was very disrespectful. So my name was erased again from the shortlisted people to be beneficiary of CDF. So the money that was to help me for my fee in 2.1, I did not get the money for CDF per se, because I questioned why my brother, who is an orphan, could not be a beneficiary of a CDF. Whereas there are some people who have both parents working, and you can find that in that family, even 3 children or even 2 students are beneficiary. To me, I only have a single mother who is doing nothing. Then I am a beneficiary. My brother can't be a beneficiary. Where will he get school fees? When he was in Form 2, he was also promised some check of 24,000 by the CDF. The check never came. So also question such. So the people from the CDF office, they took it as if now I lack some respect to them. So my name was, it was removed from the shortlisted people. So I did not benefit from CDF. So I was just in school because I had a business. I was still in cyber working. So I was just there. By that time, it now forced me to pay my own rent. It forced me to pay my own. It was the toughest moment. But it was somewhat difficult for me how to raise my school fees. So I was just there. I was attending classes, doing my cards. When the exam came, I missed the exam. I did not do it paper because I had not paid even a cent for my school fees. So 2.2 came. Another struggle. 2.2 came. My younger brother was now in Form 4. He's out of school. No school fees. That time my mother had no job. We had pressurized her to stop selling channel because we did not want it. We decided her to be saved. So she joined church in 2019 and got baptized around 2022. So by that time, because my mom had left the business that she was relying on to find some good money, now she resorted to go look for omena to sell. But it was not doing that well. So she could go to some beaches far away from home. She could stay there for some time. So when my brother was sent from school, my mom was not there. So he called me that I'm sent from school. So it happened that also by that time, around that time, my mother became sick. She came back home and sick. My mom was sickly. My brother sent from school. I don't have fee. 2.1, I'm not paid for school fees. This is tier 2.2 again. I'm just there. The only help came from my uncle, brother to my mom. Also a good friend of mine. He was also somehow supportive when I was in high school. He could send some pocket money. He was the only person I could always call when I was seriously stuck in high school. And he could send help more often. He could send help. By that, when I was in 2.2, he also sold, I think, a cow and gave me 15,000. Come to school, and I used that money as a pocket money. So by that time, at 2.2, also the side I was working, the guy I was working for, now he started becoming malicious. He used to pay me every week. But now it could even stay up to 5-6 weeks with payment. Then after 6 weeks, after 5 weeks, he just paid maybe for 2 weeks or 1 week. So I saw it as a greater burden to me to continue working with him. So I could not report work most of the time. So the 15K I used it to pay rent and see how I could use it to eat. But the thought of deferring came when I was in 2.2. Now I wanted to defer. Because there was no hope. I had to pay a fee for 2.1 and pay fee for 2.2 for me to do the exams for 2.2 and later come and do 2.1 as a special. So I had to pay around 30. At that time, we were paying 26,000 sem 1, and then around, it was 26,700 sem 1, then 8,000 sem 2. So it was coming to around almost 37K. So I had to pay 37K. I don't know where I could get this money. Those people used to help me back from home. Nobody was never responding positively. Well-wishers from Edamaraville, from Baringo now, they've done their best. Could not, because they helped me from high school, joining campus, they did their best. So I was there all alone now. What could I do? I just came to school. I just came to school just like that. Nobody from home ever knew how I joined school. So nobody from home even know where Moi University and School of Law is. So I was just there struggling alone. I could not pay rent. So some of my friends now hosted me to stay with them for free. It was tough. I was depressed by that time. It was the first time I was ever depressed in life. I was depressed and confused. Very confused. Very depressed. It was a greater challenge to me. But some friends, they motivated me. I told them, let me just go and defer. I will come back later and finish. I called my good friend from high school, a friend of mine we grew with in Baringo. called Charles Gibbons. He's now doing electronic and telecommunication engineering at Moi University. So we finished high school at the same time, scored the same grade, the same points. Went to do engineering, I came to do law. So I told my good friend Charles, now it's reached a point I'm already fan. Charles told me, don't give up yet. There is hope. I want to talk to my uncle. He can't be of good help. Like, your uncle, wow. Whenever I talk to your uncle, maybe you can talk with him for me. Like, no, just speak for yourself. I've informed him about you. Just speak for yourself. It took me around 3 weeks to speaking. We said, did you talk to him? I'm still afraid. Just be courageous. Speak with him. I promise him, yes, I will call him. We can't meet again. When I call my uncle, he will help you. He said, okay, let me just speak to your uncle. I spoke with his uncle. The uncle was positive. Uncle told me, okay, let me mobilize people, raise some fee for you. So I took my case to his Facebook account. People who are positive came in, began contributing. People from church, my church in Olamarabi, saw the story. Like, oh, so Dennis is still struggling. They came in again to say, let's just help him again another one time. They started contributing again. So the one who was staying with the Olamarabi was like a dad to me, also saw the story and took to the WhatsApp group at home. Now, your son is struggling in a foreign land. Now, people were like, hey, let us help this guy. So contribution also began again from home. So there was 3 places people contributing. They contributed money. They contributed and contributed and contributed. So the money that came from 3 sources paid my own second year fee and remained an extra of around 15,000 that came in for 3.1. So I was okay. It was around 1 month to exam. I began now studying well and studied for exams. I did my exams well. Of course, I passed all the papers. 3.1 came. When 3.1 came, now I began doing my cyber work in the room where I was staying. So people, because I made a good customer network, people came and I was working in the house. You get another job now. You could pay my rent, buy my food. The problem of school fees was still there. I was to finish the remaining amount on top of 15,000 that you need. By that time is when now I applied for help. Did not apply for help in first year because I did not have an ID at that time. The ID that came earlier had some errors. So I took it back and so it did not come back when first year. So in first year I did not have help. Second year I applied but it was unsuccessful, didn't have help. So the year it was successful, now help came. So help was a good boost. So the all amount of the help that came, I also took all of them to buy this, to increase my cyber equipment. Yes. To buy now computers and binders and everything. By that time also, I called a friend of mine who was called William Marie from home. This William Marinda, we had an encounter with him back in first year, in a very funny way. In the WhatsApp groups of home, he was advertising, looking for somebody to help him raise cows for payment. So I remember when I was in 1.1 for the long holiday, I told him, I'm in long holiday, and I just want to get some money for school so I can come and graze for you. So I remember helping my grandfather. I was grazing my grandfather's cow, so I knew how to do the work very well. He told me, okay, I will talk to my wife because I'm in Nairobi, then my wife will reach out to you. The wife never reached out. So I called by that time in the do you remember me? I wanted to come to grace for you so that I can get some money for school. He told me, yeah, I remember you well. So I told him, okay, I'm so and so. Even in the group I was in second year, you people did some money for me. They told me, oh, you would have said earlier, your story was this worse, so it's you. Okay, let me speak with some good friend of mine because your case is now serious. He spoke with a good friend, two of them. There's one called Marco Dida who wanted to be an MP of our constituency last general election. But he came second after me, so he was not that, he did not make it. I think he dropped it from the nomination, but he did not go to contest. So I remember I ever met also Marco Dida face to face. I went to visit a good Muse friend of mine there at home. So we met with him. I did not share my problem with him. So Marco Dida was not of a good heart. So he called also a good friend of mine called Tiberius Kajon. Tiberius Kajon met in US. He was a good guy. He's a philanthropist from home. He has helped so many people in school fees and all these issues. So Tiberius was very positive. So Tiberius told him, okay, I will call the boy. He gave Tiberius my number. So Tiberius Kajon called me. Told Dennis, how are you? In fact, I've heard of your stories in groups. You lamenting about CDF this, CDF that, about school fees, struggles. Your group have been, your story has been trending. Especially me complaining about CDF and everything. Really, it was really trending at home in the WhatsApp group and everything. So he told me, okay, I don't want you to draw attention of so many people. I am promising you, I will pay your school fees until you graduate. Oh, I was so happy. I was very happy. That day I really cried. Tears of joy rolled my face. By then he told me, right now, after speaking, I'm sending you 20,000. You pay the remaining school fees, the rest that you have, then the rest will be a pocket money. So he said, the guy paid my school fees up to 4.2. By 3.1, all my school fees for up to 4.2 had been cut. So life became beautiful. Life became beautiful. He could also send some token of money, like every month, he could send 10,000. He would send me 10,000. I was still working outside. So I had money. So, good amount of money.
At this point,
Yes.
how much were you earning from the side of the things?
By that point, because I was doing my own, I could get around 10 to 15,000 per month, depending on how the market was. Because I was now not doing much. Being in the house could not attract so many. No. So I got a good shop to work when I was in 4.2. I was in 4.2. I was in 4.1. Yeah, 4.1. So all that year, I was doing indoor. I was doing in my room. I did not get that much. So by that time, I could earn around 10 to 15. So if together could send have an income of around 20,000 every month, I could save still and buy some more cyber equipment. Yes, that's how life became. So after that, I now decided to get married. when I was in 3.2. Yeah, because the lady I loved, we had been in love for around 2 years. So because I had money, I could now survive. I had no fee problem. Could feed myself. So it was very courageous to get married. Yes, of which I did, and I've never regretted since. Our life have never been that challenging to me. It's been full of blessings. So that's how the life became. I got married at 3.2, stayed 4.1. The firstborn came. So yes, life has been so beautiful.
Up to this point where you finished, you graduated.
Yes, I finished last year, December. I did not graduate last year because of a missing mark. There's one unit that the lecturer not graded me. So that left me out from my classmates, from graduating with them. So I did not graduate, but now I'm awaiting graduation. Anytime it comes, because I'd finished everything and the missing mark is now okay. So yeah, I finished school.
So from first year, you say you've been passing exam.
Yeah.
So you're waiting for a potential first class.
No, I cannot say first class, maybe second class. But first class is a no. Because to me I was balancing work and balancing studies. So I did not give myself fully to academics, that I can say. I was not 100% to academics. I was a 50% in class, and a 50% looking for money. My school of thought had always been that most of my friends, most of my friends they are working class. So most of my mentors were always of the opinion that don't waste all your 4 years just looking for a degree. Then at the end of it, money in reality also need money. At the end of it all, the reality is you need money. So look for money in your pocket. Look for content in your brain. So those were my principles. I look for money in my pocket. Look for content in my brain. I ever read a quote, I forgot who wrote it. This guy said, don't put classroom your class, but put the class your classroom. As a student, you are to learn. The learning does not only come from classroom, not only come from the books you are studying. Learning comes from the practical bit of life. It comes from you starting a business and failing, starting again. That is learning. The process, learning how to get money in its broader sense is learning. Learning on what thou studying law, learning on law is also learning. So it should not be your only part of learning. So learn about law, learn how to be a lawyer, learn business, learn how to get money, learn how to speak with people, learn how to build a good market, learn how to build network. So the world was my class. I went to learn. Now, risk marrying, because marriage is what they risk. Marry, let life hit you and be a man. So I never allowed fear to hold me back. Because very from the story back in primary school, I'd learned how to hustle. I'd learned how to make money. I'd learned how to fight. So being in campus also, now fighting, I had fought so many battles. So I had nothing to fear. So I could learn a lot. So I did not give myself to studies. Yet I still did not fail. I still did not fail. Even to make it was now from 3.2 because we decided to marry before I went for my attachment. So all along my attachment, 4.1, 4.2, now I was going to school. I had a family. I had a business. I had to report for classes. I had to report for my business. I had to provide for my family. My wife could not do anything because the child was, because all those times she was pregnant, and now she delivered when I was in 4.1. So they were in need of me 100%. I had to provide everything. It was a greater challenge, but God is faithful. I still attended the classes, not 100% attendance, perhaps 60%. I passed. I attended for my business because that was now the greatest priority. My family was my greatest priority. So I had to work. I had to give full attention to business so that they can eat. So I went for my business. At the end of it, at the end of the day, I had to bring food back at home. So I brought food back at home. My family was okay. And even the time that I had the period I was having family, the period I passed my examination more than when I was alone. The period I had the family, the period now I I was more successful in my business more than when I was alone. Because now the energy was increased. The seriousness of the focus increased because now for the family you have to do it. Yes, because if you just blink, the family will be in tears. Will be pain. And I could not withstand seeing my the wife I love so much lacking, really struggling. So I had to do it all. I had to do it all.
So in your journey, I understand that you built a lot of bridges.
Sure.
So the people who helped you up to this stage, do you still talk to them and keep conversations with them?
True. They're still greater friends of mine till today. Still very supportive. Still very happy. Yeah, they're still happy for me. They still motivating me. They're still my great friends. And they come to me in a greater way that I even wonder how I can return that and that. But I'm still grateful to them. I've not lost contact with them as a member. I still remember them. I still pray for them. Still pray for God that I still have that desire to have a big grateful in a very good way. So we're still there together.
And at all points in life, were you very prayerful and very faithful to God that will provide even when you didn't know about the future?
Yes, I was a very prayerful man since primary time. Yeah, I've been a practicing Christian. So my prayer life began when I was in primary school. When I was in class 8, I could pray so much. When I was in high school, I was a leader in Adventist. I was a leader in school. I was very prayerful. In the campus, became a church leader, even a church elder in campus church. So I was very prayerful. So that faith and prayer is what kept me going. There is an American singer who once said that prayer and faith are the vitamins of the soul. Without them, the body cannot have good health. So I kept on faith and I kept on praying. Most of the time, I will be down, but I also said faith that because God had taken me from darkness to light, God has lifted me from the pit to higher ground. They have taken me from man to a solid ground. I know this same God will come in for me. Most of the time, especially in campus, my faith was tried. My faith was shaken. But those are the moments that I could pray so much. I could fast. I could pray. I could find strength after prayer. So prayer and faith kept me going. And also being in church, getting encouraged in the Word of God, getting encouraged by friends, that really kept me going.
So, Professor Baba, maybe you can tell us where your business is and where we can find it and some of the various things that you do in your business.
Okay, my business is an annex center. Currently operating just one cyber, Genius Point. Just there in center near Casablanca Bar. So I do printing, I do binding, I do photocopy, I do typesetting, Microsoft Office, Windows activation, internet browsing, all work related to computer and internet. I do them.
And what would you maybe a word of encouragement or something that you can say to maybe someone who's about to give up? Naona maisha imechapa kabisa, ana school fees, they don't have a way out.
It's life. It do happens. But one thing I always encourage young people is that when challenges come, they come for your good. They come to strengthen you. You ever desire a very comfortable life, a smooth life, then you don't desire life at all. Life in its entirety, the beauty of it comes in storm. They ever say that a skilled captain, a perfect captain, is seen or is made in the storm. You cannot know that somebody is a wonderful or a perfect captain when that person has not sailed through the storm and turbulence of the sea. So challenges, when they come, we need to smile at them and need to be grateful for those struggles and challenges. Because in overcoming them, we become victorious. We make life to be meaningful. So when challenges come, don't ever think, just the thoughts of giving up will come. The thoughts of desperation will come. But don't allow fear to hold you back. Have faith, have hope. Hope that everything will work. Don't care how. Don't care about when. Don't care about what will happen. Have the mindset that things will be all right. It is well with my soul. Have that hope. You know, the good thing of having that hope is that whatever the mind conceive and believe, that thing, you can do it. Your mind is the powerful tool. Just speak hope to yourself. Tell yourself that thing will work out. There is hope. This thing will happen. It will automatically happen. That which you speak to yourself, that which you conceive by your mind, that which your mind dwells upon several times, it will automatically work out. So even if you have an idea, maybe you have money, you don't have an idea. That which will help you most is networking. Have friends, network with people. Have friends who have done something. Speak with friends. Get experience from them. Get knowledge from them. Go to social media, the people who tell their stories, the people who took it from scratch. They have their stories there. They narrate how they have walked this journey. Learn from them. Take the life of learning. Don't make life just be a point of a hub of entertainment. But you just want to go to social media. You don't want to learn. You just want to see people dancing, being entertained, see music and dance. And it's a time now to build. It's a time to learn. So learn, seek knowledge, seek advice, network with friends, network with people. You can have money, don't have an idea. Then a friend of yours can have an idea. You can seek people of experience, those people who have walked the line of entrepreneurship. Then you can get ideas, you can get how they began. And then you just start it from there. Humble beginning, small start, having a hope and a faith that tomorrow it will be better than today, and working everything to make it better. Not just hoping, but working is to make it better. And as you do, don't do things by doubt. Do things by faith. When you see a setback, maybe you fail, There is nothing like a failure. It's a feedback that there's something you don't do it right. Now start it again. Failure is just always a feedback. There's nothing like being failure. Where the failures the only point whereby you can now say somebody cannot do anything, cannot achieve anything, the people in the grave. But as long as you're alive, you're breathing, you can do everything.